If you're waking up 2, 3, even 4 times during the night, tonight can be different. I'm going to walk you through 5 simple movements you can do right on your bed. And these are not the same routines you've seen before. No calf raises, no legs up against the wall. If you've tried those and you're still waking up, it's because there's a deeper layer your body needs. And these 5 movements target exactly that. Here's what's really happening. During the daytime, fluid builds up in your legs. At night, when you lie down, that fluid flows back toward your kidneys and fills your bladder. That's one issue. But there's a second one most people overlook. Your pelvic floor, the muscle that controls your bladder, becomes tight and overactive as you age. It begins sending false signals, even when your bladder is only partially full. These 5 exercises fix both problems. They move the fluid while you're still awake, and they relax that overactive muscle. Do these tonight and tell me in the comments tomorrow morning how many times you got up. I want to see your numbers. Let's begin with exercise number 5. Exercise number 5, the warm-up flush. We're starting with a self-massage, but not the one you've seen before. We're not working on the calves. We're going higher to the inner thigh. Your inner thighs, the muscles, doctors call the adductors, sit directly over some of the largest lymphatic and venous channels in your body. Think of these channels as highways that carry fluid from your legs back to your core. When this area is tight or congested, and it usually is, if you sit for long periods, fluid gets blocked. Your calves may be clear, but everything gets stuck on the way upward. This massage opens that highway before we begin pumping. Here's what to do. Sit on your bed or on a chair. Cross one ankle over the opposite knee so your inner thigh is exposed and relaxed. Use both palms, flat hands, not fingertips, and press firmly into the inner thigh, starting just above the knee. Now glide your hands upward toward your groin in one long steady stroke. Firm pressure, not painful, but you should feel the tissue moving under your hands. Do 6 to 8 passes on one leg, then switch. After the long strokes, use your thumbs or knuckles to make small, slow circles along that same inner thigh line. Spend extra time on any spots that feel tight or sensitive. 10 to 15 seconds per spot is enough. 2 important rules. First, always move upward from knee toward the body. Never push downward. You are guiding fluid toward your lymph nodes, not away from them. Second, don't rush this. Slow, steady pressure is what moves deep fluid. Quick rubbing only affects the surface. When you finish both legs, you may feel warmth spreading through your thighs. That's circulation opening. Good. The highways are clear. Now we start moving. Exercise number 4, ankle circles and toe pumps. Now that the pathways are open, we're going to begin pumping from the bottom up. Everyone talks about the calf muscle as the pump that pushes fluid out of your legs, and it is important. But there's another pump below it that most people completely ignore, the venous pump in your foot. Every time you flex and rotate your foot, you activate a network of small veins in the sole of your foot and around your ankle that pushes blood upward. It's like pressing a sponge over and over. Each squeeze sends fluid toward your heart. Sit comfortably with your back supported. Lift one foot slightly off the floor. Now make slow white circles with that ankle. 5 circles to the right, then 5 to the left. Make them as big and smooth as possible. Then switch sides and repeat with the other foot. You should feel the ankle joint loosening and a gentle activation through the shin and calf. Now switch to toe pumps. Point your toes away from you, like pressing a gas pedal. Then pull them back toward your shins, as far as you can. Hold each position for 1 second. Do 15 repetitions. You should feel a gentle stretch along the back of your lower leg. The common mistake here is making the circles too small and too fast. Slow, wide, deliberate, that's what opens the valves and moves the most fluid. If your ankles crack or feel stiff at first, that's normal. They'll loosen up after the first few circles. Good. Your feet and ankles are now actively pumping. Let's move up the chain. Exercise number 3. Supine marching. Lie on your back on your bed. Bend your knees. Feet flat on the mattress. Now slowly lift your right knee toward your chest. Not all the way, just to a comfortable height, then lower it back down. Now lift your left knee. Alternate like you're marching in slow motion while lying down. Each time you lift a knee, your hip flexors compress the veins and lymph channels in your groin. That's the main junction where fluid from your legs returns to your core circulation. At the same time, your calf on the lifted leg contracts slightly to stabilize the movement. So you're activating both the hip pump and the calf pump with every repetition. Do 20 reps, 10 on each side. Keep the pace slow. About 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. Breathe naturally. If this feels easy, here's the progression. As you lift each knee, flex your foot, pulling your toes toward your shin. Now you're activating the foot pump, calf pump, and hip pump all in one movement, 3 pumps in one. The mistake to avoid, don't go fast. This isn't a fitness workout. If you rush, you lose the pumping effect and it becomes a core exercise instead. Slow and controlled is what moves fluid. After 20 reps, keep your knees bent and rest for 30 seconds. You may notice your legs already feel lighter. That's fluid moving toward your kidneys, exactly where we want it. Exercise number 2. The bridge with hold. This is the peak of our routine. It does something none of the other exercises can. It works your pelvic floor and improves venous return from your legs at the same time. Stay lying on your back, knees bent, feet flat, about hip width apart, arms relaxed at your sides. Now, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, gently press through your heels and lift your hips off the bed. You don't need to go high, just enough to create a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Think of a small bridge. Here's the key part. At the top, hold for 5 seconds. While holding, gently engage your pelvic floor. Imagine you're trying to stop the flow of urine, a light contraction, not a hard squeeze. You should feel a gentle lift in your lower pelvic area. Then slowly lower your hips back down as you breathe in. Let everything relax completely. Wait 3 seconds. Then repeat. Do 8 repetitions. When your hips are elevated, gravity helps drain fluid from your legs toward your torso, similar to leg elevation, but with an added benefit. Your glutes and hamstrings are actively contracting, squeezing the large veins in your thighs and pelvis, pushing blood upward even more efficiently. At the same time, holding the pelvic floor contraction teaches that muscle to function properly. For many people over 60, the pelvic floor becomes either too weak or too tight, and both lead to bladder issues. The bridge teaches the muscle to activate and fully release. This contract and release cycle restores healthy bladder control. 2 mistakes to avoid. First, don't hold your breath. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Second, don't clench your glutes as hard as possible. This is not a gym exercise. Moderate effort is enough. Good. We've drained the fluid. We've trained the pelvic floor. Now it's time to calm everything down. Exercise number 1, the bladder calmer. This is not just another breathing exercise. This is a specific technique that targets the connection between your diaphragm and your pelvic floor. A connection that controls how your bladder behaves at night. Your pelvic floor and diaphragm move together. When you breathe in deeply, your diaphragm moves downward and your pelvic floor gently drops. When you breathe out, your diaphragm rises and your pelvic floor lifts with it. They move like a piston. But in many people over 60, this coordination breaks down. The pelvic floor becomes tight and stuck. It forgets how to relax. A tight pelvic floor creates constant pressure on the bladder and makes it overreact to small amounts of urine. Your bladder sends the go now signal, even when it's only half full. This exercise retrains that coordination. It teaches the pelvic floor to release so your bladder can hold more and false signals stop. Stay lying on your back, knees bent, place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly just below your navel. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. As you inhale, your belly should rise while your chest stays mostly still. As your belly rises, consciously let your pelvic floor drop like an elevator moving downward. Now breathe out slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Slightly purse your lips. Feel your belly fall and your pelvic floor gently lift naturally. That's 1 cycle. Do 8 cycles. Keep everything gentle. No squeezing, no forcing. Just allow the movement. After 8 cycles, remain lying down for a minute. Most people feel deep relaxation in their lower abdomen. This is the exercise I want you to do every night, right before sleep. It takes less than 2 minutes, and over 1 to 2 weeks, it retrains your bladder sensitivity. Now here's your routine. Timing matters. The first 4 exercises, massage, ankle circles, marching, and bridge, should be done about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. After that, go about your evening, then go to the bathroom before bed, sit down even for men. Sitting relaxes your pelvic floor. Use the double voiding method. Go once, wait 20 to 30 seconds, then try again. Finally, do the bladder calmer in bed. If you've been following Golden Rest Guide, you already know we focus on simple, practical methods that actually work. Now try this tonight. Tomorrow morning, tell me how many times you woke up. Then come back in 1 week and tell me your new number. Sleep well tonight. You've earned it.